guys, welcome back. I have one more recipe from the My Ireland box and then I'm completely up to date. So I'm making, as you can read, baked apples. The only thing I didn't got is any ice cream. So yeah, we're going to serve them without any ice cream. I have a Granny Smith and I've got one of these. I'm not sure if you ever seen one of these. It's like an apple core, so I'm going to try to use this. And I need one of these for a moment. And I've been soaking these for a couple of days now. I wanted to shoot this video earlier this week because it says you can well, it has this head optional addition: raisins or sweet mincemeat or a drizzle of honey are combined. Well, I don't think mincemeat isn't something we use often. Well, I don't think I can get it here, so I have to make it. And it's still February, so not even close to Christmas isn't the right way to say it, but yeah, I don't have that. But I did have some raisins, so I soaked those for a couple of days in just plain water. Right now I'm questioning myself why I didn't soak them in like something like Disaronno or something, you know, to give it another kick. Anyway, let's try to core this. And it's just, let me grab this one for a moment to make sure I don't ruin anything. And the thing is, if I make something like this, I used to stuff it with what's the word? The almond paste, marzipan, something like that. It says remove the cores, taking care not to pierce all the way through. Do not peel. Using the point of a sharp knife. Slit the skin around the equator of each apple. So I think that's like this, right? Well, I did it. This is it does work, but it doesn't. Maybe this is and when I make them, well, I don't, oops, I'm not sure if that was visible on any camera. In the past, if I make it, like I said, I stuff them with the marzipan and then I cover them with like puff pastry. So I core them completely. I'm trying to do this. Anyway, I think I have to keep it like this. I have to get a small plater or something. Anyway, apple done. So, well, like I said, when I make it the way I make it, this is a good thing. For this recipe, it didn't help. So now I have to get a spoon. In a small bowl, cream together the margarine or butter, sugar and cinnamon. So I'm eyeballing this whole recipe. So it says 4 apples, so I'm refining this recipe again because it's just my lunch. Strange lunch, but free will. well, this has 2 tablespoons of caster sugar. So I don't think it needs to be overly sweet. So that's that. And then let me see if I can get the right cinnamon. I do like a lot of cinnamon, but it's all trying. And bring this together. By the way, I'm preheating the oven to 190, and the recipe says that's 375 Fahrenheit of gas mark 5. That's my butter, and then it needs to go in the apple. I mean, this is going to be a good recipe, right? It's just butter and apples. Yeah, I'm a bit sad I don't have the ice cream, but I can live with it. I did make the cookie dough ice cream in one of, did I say it last recipe of 2 recipes ago? No, last recipe with the cookies, with the leftover cookie dough, and it was really good. But after I put it in the Ninja, it became more of a milkshake. See, I think I have a little bit too much butter, but anyway, it doesn't matter. This goes in here. Oh, I don't know if you noticed, but my apple is done. And my raisins are still here, so let's see if I can. This one is better. It fits. And I got way too many raisins. And I think if you add raisins or mincemeat or honey, maybe that we should use less sugar. I think we should have to make sure there's perfect, because raisins are very sweet, and I think mincemeat, there's raisins in mincemeat, right? So yeah, TV is still on. I heard some noise. Just put this on top, so probably going to spill all over, but I don't really mind. Mixing lightly with the butter and sugar before filling the apples. Yeah. Okay, it needs to bake for 30 minutes. And then it says, once baked, gently lift the loosened skin from the top half of each apple and dredge lightly with little extra caster sugar if desired. Serve hot with cooking syrup spooned around the apples. Then you can serve with custard sauce. Is my oven ready already? Oh. Well, was that picture? No, the picture did shows ice cream. And then it has a note again. In January, Irish kitchens have always been about warmth and comfort rather than abundance. Apples store from autumn. A little sugar, a bit of spice, and a hot oven were enough to create something nourishing and deeply soothing. As you make these, I hope you imagine the Irish kitchen at dusk. The kettle humming, the light glow, the sheep bleating outside as they do beside my mother's house, and something simple in the oven doing exactly what it's meant to do. So I'm going to wait for the oven and then hopefully have a really nice baked apple. By the way, I read something, and then I'm going. This apple, look, oh, it has spots. And when you buy apples, I read that you better buy the apples with stripes instead of spots. Those are sweeter, I think. I'm not sure if it's true, but I read it the other week. So, yeah. I'll see you when the apple is done. Okay, mine doesn't look as good as this picture. I think because I've used Granny Smith and not one of these red apples. Oh, almost lost. But this is mine. This was the picture. Nice red apple. So this is the amount. Oh, I can't. No, there's plenty of butter in this, and yeah, I'm going to leave it in there. And part of me feels like I need ice cream or the custard or something. Let's cut it. Let's cut out the bottom part for a moment, because I'm not gonna eat that part. My apple is still a bit firm, but well, it's an apple, doesn't matter. So this is how it is now. I was thinking about this while it was in the oven. Like, I just said, like, the way I make it, if I make something like this, you know. And I was like, I already know I'm going to prefer my own, because there's so much more going on than what's happening here. Not that this isn't good, but if you want that treat, I don't know, I like the almond paste, the marzipan. Yeah, like I said, this is good too. It's a baked apple, but and I do think the the kind of butter also matters. Yeah, it's good. I like the bit sourness from a Granny Smith. That's why I always have that one. So I could use way more cinnamon. Sugar was the right amount of sugar. Like I said, I don't need overly sugary things. So I'm going to eat my apple and enjoy it, because it's good. It's yeah, like I said, it's an apple, raisins, doesn't matter. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully next video is another My Ireland box recipe, because I will have a new box delivered, the St. Patrick's box. I can't wait. And I have a surprise. If this is coming out before the box arrives, then I have a surprise. So stay tuned. See you soon. Bye.